Welcome back to the Milwaukee Show, and today we are talking about the fact that Minnesota is just not allowing the man named Brock Faber allowed to leave and call anywhere else home, as he is staying in Minnesota for 8 more years, for 9, because he's still signed for this year and then this one would kick in. But anyways, for $8.5 million, and this story, I'm just going to tell you the story of this guy, because this is so cool, right? He was born a fan. He's from Maple Grove, Minnesota, right? Which, I don't know what the hell that is. I don't really care. But he's born in Minnesota. He's then drafted by the LA Kings, 45th overall in the second round in the Kevin Fiala deal, right? So, obviously, at that point, it was seen as he would be a great opportunity for the Minnesota Wild, because he had proved himself in the University of Minnesota that he was a true all-star and going to be. And it's kind of crazy to think that LA could have had this same guy, but I mean, how much they could have used him. I know they have a guy like Brant Clark now, but kind of crazy if they could have had both of them. But anyways, the University of Minnesota star, he was the captain of the team. He loses to Quinnipiac, and then he goes on and then joins the Minnesota Wild in their playoff run the same time. Like, they took this picture, right? I'm pretty sure this is him in the crowd by Kirill Kaprizov. He's took this picture, and then he got suited up and played the last 2 games of the season, and then played in the playoffs for Minnesota, where he didn't get any points. But I remember watching that series and against, what was it? No, it wasn't the Avalanche. It was the goddamn stupid idiot. Was it the Stars? Yeah, it was the Stars. Yeah, it was the Stars. I remember. Yeah, it was the Stars, and he had a hell of a series. He didn't get any points, like I said, but he was definitely a noticeable player. He was making good plays. He was a captain of the team, playing for his hometown state, like just not giving up anything and playing for his hometown team. This kid, just absolutely crazy story. And the fact that, like, Minnesota had to go and trade him, like, to keep him in, like, they're doing everything possible to keep him roped into this state. And he's doing absolutely fantastic, right? From leading, like, the U.S. National Development Team as the captain of the team, from, like, Michigan University. Like, it's just so many things, and it's crazy to me. So, in his rookie campaign last season, he gets 47 points in 82 games played. Of course, they missed the playoffs, but he tied second in points with Luke Hughes for second place in rookie points. He was 6th in the entire NHL for time on ice. 6th. Not just rookies. He was 1st among rookies. He was 6th among all of the players in the NHL. From Erik Karlsson and Brent Burns to Victor Edmond to Roman Josi to Cale Makar. He was 6th. I mean, I don't actually know who was in front of him, but he's up there with all those guys. I think that's insane. So this kid, like, he had the most time of any player. Most time of any player in a single game this season against Montreal with 33-25. Against Montreal. Unreal. I'm pretty sure, like, Miro Heiskanen probably beat him in the playoffs, but in a regular season game, he rocked it, right? He had so many hits, time on ice, blocked shots. He was out there. He was good at both ends, of course. 47 points for a rookie defenseman is nothing to snuff at. Like, that is a brilliant. Like, Moritz Seider had, like, 51 points, I think, the year he won the Calder Trophy. And the only difference between those two, and why I definitely lean towards Connor Bedard over Brock Faber, where I definitely was all Moritz Seider when he won it, is because the defensive side of things just isn't all the way there. And I'm not saying he's bad defensively, but one of the big things that he did let in 35 power play goals against this season, which is quite a handful. So when it comes to being that reliable #1 defenseman, he still needs to grow into that spot, right? But overall, he has earned the largest extension of any player in Minnesota history with this contract, $68 million. Unreal, and he definitely deserves it. I'm gonna say it. I hate most contracts that are signed, but this kid in his one campaign alone, showing the potential that he can grow into, and showing like he can become that defensive guy, because he's good defensively. He's just not like #1 material yet, right? He's not #1 playoff like Pietrangelo type guy yet, but he's gonna grow into that. But the offensive side of things, right? He's there. He has all the makings to be one of, like, every year for the NHL. It's always boys, Victor Hedman, Roman Josi, Cale Makar right now, right? A little bit ago, of course, Erik Karlsson too, but it was like Erik Karlsson. Hedman's been around quite a while. Brent Burns, like PK Subban, Shea Weber, who's going to win the Norris, right? Every single year. He has the makings to me where this next decade is going to be, this discussion will be, instead of Josi, Hedman, Burns or something, it'll be Makar, Faber, Hughes. And I mean both Hughes. So to me, it's just like, this is unreal, especially in a salary cap era where it's growing up and up and up, and like we're seeing guys get bigger and bigger contracts. 8.5 for 8 years. The guy's 22 years old, so it'll take him till he's 30 when he's a true seasoned vet. Lots. Actually, no, it'll be 31 because he is 22. He turns 22 next month. So, and he still has 1 year. So he'll be 31 by the time it ends. Or, yeah, it'll be something like that. So this is taking him throughout his career. And this is an unreal of a steal of a deal. Unreal steal. Like, he's someone that you wanted to lock down. Because if you give him like a 2-3 year bridge deal, the kid's going to be worth like $15 million by the end of it. They're saving like a full second liner's contract. Like a solid first or second liner contract. Just by keeping him now. Great opportunity, great move by Minnesota, and I just, especially with the cap raising, this is unreal. For a team that I usually hate most things that they do, because I just don't really care about Minnesota that much, I love this deal, and they are making me excited, because this guy, he's going to be the captain. He is going to become the captain in his career. He's the captain of the U.S. team of Minnesota. He always has been. He's a leader. And the Minnesota boy, too, this feels like a Destiny Child type thing, where he is going to be the guy who finally wins Minnesota a cup. I can totally see it. And it feels like things are going up for them. They need a lot more and gear up a lot more over this next few time if they want to win, especially with all the competition around them. And I'm not saying anytime soon, but in like, what, 3-4 years? Can they be contenders by then if they bring in a couple of really good players and have some solid development from some guys? Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. So to me, they've got their man. They've got their defensive leader that every single Stanley Cup winning team needs. Now, he doesn't really have like the size of a Hedman or a Burns or I guess kind of Josi, but he might not have like the size, but in this new NHL where it's more about speed and like skill, he's going to own it too. He has the defensive capabilities of a Makar. So to me, it's all a win, right? He's gonna be the #1 defenseman. He's the captain of the team. He has those areas to grow in. He's gonna be on fire. I love it. I love this deal for them. This feels like the perfect thing for Minnesota. And to me, it makes me someone who really doesn't care that much about Minnesota, like, at all, can be complete. I mean, I don't hate them by any means. I'm not a hater, but I definitely am not like I'm not a wild fan. I wouldn't say. I would just say I'm positive about them. But Brock Faber, to me, this is crazy. This is a crazy good deal. Like, once again, it's like these Cale Makars and these Fabers, right, that are going to have these team-friendly deals. I know, like, they're expensive, but Makar is, like, paid, like, what, $9 million or something like that? It's these contracts that don't extend, because once you get into, like 13 million or something like that, if you get to 12, you're just eating up that like 4, 5, 6 or like $3 million that could go into a solid second liner, right? That is what you need to win the cup. So this is a great deal. It's a great deal to make this team competitive for a long time. He's going to be competitive for a long time. He's going to be on a team that wants to win for a while, and I love it. I love this deal. I think it's awesome. I'm excited for Minnesota now. I'm excited to see where this guy goes next season and just the growth of this kid, because I be completely honest, I haven't watched most like college hockey, but I tuned into that game, I watched it, and then to see him show up at the Minnesota game when they showed this shot, I watched this game and I was like, what? That's crazy. Like, I like somehow accidentally like watched like the history of Brock Faber. So I'm here for it. I'm excited for it. He seems like an awesome kid. And a kid, he's older than me. And I don't know, I'm excited. So that's all I gotta say. So Minnesota, congratulations. If you've watched at this point, tell me what you think about this down below and what your thoughts are. But for me, I love it. But tell me what you think. And that is all I've got to say. So thank you for watching this. If you've made it this far, please, I'm begging you, please subscribe. Please, it'll make me smile. Like that. But until next time, too sweet, I hope you have an amazing day, and ta-ta for now.